I open up your blinds, rise and shine. Drive around with your girl. In my mind, ain't like you. Boy, I spit it how I live it. So when you see me is, I ain't got an image to uphold. This guy just flowed. It's folk. And a gang full of say that rap's alive. It turns out that I'm the proof. Cause the ones y'all thought would save the day can't even tie my. Let these words be my. I don't rhyme my. Before I wake, I pray to the Lord. My soul to take, my soul to take, my soul to take. Before I see my life taper, hope my mama get to see Jamaica before she meet her maker. I hoop but never good enough to ever be a Laker. But these words I record got me ballin'. Jordan, more than a rapper, this a natural disaster. Boy, I mean it in Katrina mixed with Gina. Shut up, Cole. This is for back home, homes. What up, Bo? This is for them that played me. What up? Nah, I ain't mad, it's sad. You went from bad to real bad. Two kids that don't even know they real dad. Real sad, baby girl, I wish you still had it. Then maybe you could get a taste of living Philmatic. It's cold still. How we live.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA.
Boys, nice and hot.
This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. The fans here in New Orleans ready to cheer on their Pelicans in this interconference matchup. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando. Home court advantage played a part in last year's season series. Each team took their home game in a 1-1 split.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
And, you know, when you only see a team twice a year, Greg, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are, or a good feel for them. And oftentimes, that can lead to a series split.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so, in the game for the Magic, Batum is up there with Anderson. Then it's Michael Carter-Williams. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Stuckey in the 2.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Here's Carter-Williams. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Here's Love. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Here's the screen. 5 on the clock. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Stuckey with another miss. When you were talking about Stuckey, he did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket. Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
And it's Love penetrating. Carter-Williams with it. He's picked up by Walker. A 3 from Anderson. Pelicans trailed by 7. It's tipped. It's a pick by Love. Feeds it to Kraft. Batum with the steal. Kicks it to Cousins. Anderson outside. Back to Cousins. Plays it up and banks it in. Cousins has got 6 points. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Orlando.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
So for the Pelicans, Anderson comes in for Allen Crabbe, and it's Burke in for Kemba Walker. Pelicans trailed by 9. We're talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
You can't get in a much better position for the 3 than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Biyombo. Anderson comes in for Urepka. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Lou Alday. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Justin Holiday. Now the pass to Cousins. Poke loose. And then Miles with the dunk.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out and transition.
Now here's Smart. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And the shot is good from Stuckey.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Well, this is really one of the nicer buildings in the NBA right downtown, Clark, this home of the Pelicans across from the Superdome.
Kevin, you're always worried about how close we are to Bourbon Street when we come here, man. But, yeah, this was a fortress for the Pelicans last season as they won some big games here, for sure.
Now here's Love. New Orleans shooting their first free throws of the game. First one falls for. Both free throws good from Kevin Love.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Smart passes to Cousins. They get the rebound. Stuckey kicks to Cousins. Another shot. And the layup is good. Cousins has got 8 points.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Count the bucket.
And you talk about the big wins here for the Pelicans last year. How about they beat the Warriors late in the year, which was huge to get into the postseason, as well as the Spurs on that final day to fight their way into that A spot.
Anderson can't get it to go. And Miles kicks to Love. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Now here's Burke. He's been get on the scoreboard. 4 on the clock. Here's West. And that one comes up a bit short.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out. And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
Left out there, Pekovic. Then it's Allen Crabb. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Thompson in the two-guard spot. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Well, David West's usage and overall numbers have ticked away with time. He's still as efficient as ever.
Yeah, not the over 50% field goal guy he used to be, but still a valuable contributor on the ball.
Walker dishes to West. Cousins pulls it in. Magic leading by 8. Anderson outside. The dish to Cousins. Pass to Carter-Williams. The turnaround Jay. Cousins with another miss. Batum with the steal. He kicks to Carter-Williams. Cousins. And a great assist by Carter-Williams as that one goes in. Cousins has got the lead up to 10 now for the Magic. Pekovic with a screen on Carter-Williams. Pekovic passes to Thompson. He got right to the cup using that screen.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Well, the Orlando Magic had a rough season last year. They managed to still be, though, competitive on the road.
You know, they really had one of those years where they just seemed to play better on the road, maybe more comfortable, not as much pressure. Almost half of their wins on the year came out of town.
The Magic making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Outside, Walker. It's a pick by Love. Outside, Walker. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And part of why Orlando held things together on the road was they could get hot from the floor. Ended up in the top 10 in the NBA in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
Smart kicks to Stucker. Here's Cousins. And that one is stuffed right through.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And, you know, for the Magic, they still only had 12 road wins last year. Given the youth of this team, that's definitely something that can be built on.
Here's Batum. Walker with some nice D.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Well, he can give as good as he gets.
Gamesmanship going on right here. You've seen it, Greg. You know exactly what's going on right there. He answers right back with that three of his own.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Before getting dinged up, Brian Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
And the Magic making a change here. Biombo, he's checked in for Cousins. Narebko comes in for Ryan Anderson. Luol Deng is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Carter Williams in for Rodney Stuckey. Stripped away. Here's Love. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5. And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset. And he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well.
Deng can't get it to go.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And it's Walker penetrating. Passes it to Ballard. Just 5 on the clock. Crab. And it's New Orleans scoring again. There's the pick. Smart kicks to Biombo. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. They now take the lead. Crabs got 4 points now in the quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pelicans?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
Orlando needs to get off a shot. 2 on the clock. Smart, wide open, he fires.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Then for the Magic, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Platoon comes in for Luol Deng. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Marcus Smart.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep hitting the ball in the paint like this.
Here's Thompson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Thompson's got his second basket. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Stuckey outside. Here's Cousins. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Hey, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Burke dishes to West. Got it up. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to a close, and it's tied. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about guys mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, fronting, doubling, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. 16 points and 2 steals.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole another level when you get supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
Kelloggies, right?
Yes.
Kelloggies. Here's who Scott Skiles is starting the second half with. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Goretzka. Then there's Smart. Then it's Dang. And it's Holiday in the shooting guard position. Pelicans last season, a very solid team rebounding too. Top to bottom, the team they would rebound as a team.
And one of the metrics that I do like, they led the league in contested rebounds. I mean, that speaks to the effort that this team competed with. And winning those 50-50 rebounds means more than just collecting any old miss.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando.
You know, you look at the Pelicans, and it's not surprising, guys, to hear that they led the way or league in contested rebounds. I mean, they fight for every inch of space on the floor, and rebounding is just part of that mentality they have.
That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Ryan Anderson.
But you know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And guys, going forward, the Pelicans will need to continue that mentality to grow into a playoff team. They'll have to have a blue-collar work ethic. That means continuing to fight for all those 50-50 rebounds.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Love with the screen for Walker. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Now, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
Here's Carter Williams.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
For New Orleans, they have been all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch 4, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
And Anderson gets it to go. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Walker against Carter Williams. And Walker kicks to Miles. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Stuckey passes to Carter Williams. Magic moving the ball around. Batum dishes to Carter Williams. Down low. Cousins. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. But it wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
New Orleans making a switch here. Pekovic is checked in. Love with a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 5 assists in the game. Out to Stuckey. Outside Batum. That is good. Anderson's got it all tied up now for the Magic. And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future.
Carter Williams kicks to Cousins. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Carter Williams again. Walker. Left side, Love. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Carter Williams, the pass to Cousins. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now, here's Walker. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. David West, he's checked in for Love. Anderson comes in for Allen Crabbe. Thompson, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Burke in for Walker. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Carter Williams. Batum wide open. He fires. Off target from the wing. New Orleans has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Burke dishes to West. Burke kicks to Thompson. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Now it's a 4-point Pelican lead.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Stolen by Smart. Now here's Cousins. Tight defense on him. Batum attacking. Again, Batum missing.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Thompson. And the layup's good off the glass. Thompson's got 4 points this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Pelicans lead by 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Trey Burke is out there with C.J. Miles. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's West. And it's Anderson in the small forward position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this one.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Dang goes in, and they take the lead. And the Magic lead by 2.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Here's West. No good. The Magic go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. Dishes it to Uretko. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got 3 assists tonight. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Love kicks it to West. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Allen Crabbe comes in for Anderson, and it's Kemba Walker in for Trey Burke. Walker with it. Now defended by Carter Williams. Grab the pass to Love. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them. Gray getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
Here's Biombo. There is just no way Clark could tell who is going to pull this one out.
You know what, Kevin? I think looking at this game, it may very well come down to one crucial key play.
And Clark, that's a great point. When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvement.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Stuckey for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Talking about Bismack Biyombo, he entered the league as an extremely raw prospect. Was the 7th pick in 2011. His shot and general awareness were the biggest concerns, but last season he shot over 60% from the floor. The 2 seasons before that was only 45%.
Walker dishes to Love. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Cousins has got 3 rebounds now in this one. It's stolen. And stolen by Cousins. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Smart. Another miss by Orlando.
And getting back to Biyombo for a moment, he has the potential for a breakout year. I mean, all the physical tools you would want. He's seen enough of the game. He's worked on those skills. Now it's time to just put it all together and become the player your potential dictates.
Michael Carter-Williams checked in for Smart. And here's Walker. And Miles kicks to Love. Lets it go from 11. Can't get it to go. And Orlando will come the other way. The feed now to Batum. Got a hand on it. Walker against Cousins. Pass to Crab. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Love the pass to Ballard. Great D that time from Batum.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Yep, and the results on the scoreboard are attributed to how they've been out-rebounded thus far.
Here's Cousins. The kick out to Anderson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for Anderson. He's got 14 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
And with more to come, it wouldn't hurt to keep getting him the basketball.
He hits the first one, and that ties the game up. Orlando making some changes. Dang comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Rodney Stuckey.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be. And he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
And it's Walker penetrating. Count the bucket. Walker's got 4 points now in the quarter. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Orlando. Stuckey comes in for Justin Holiday. Here's Cousins on the inbound. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for New Orleans.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive.
Seeing that power game on the interior, really just putting on a clinic when you talk about post play.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bang comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. Walker dishes to Love. The rebound by Anderson.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Outside, Walker. And that one's good. Walker's got 6 here in this quarter.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're leading by 1. 1:03 left in the fourth. Orlando making some changes. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Dan. Stuckey comes in for Justin Holiday. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Stolen by Miles. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. Count it, and the foul. That one on Smart.
Oh, watch out, watch out. Walker has caught 5. What a game here for Walker. 10 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now. As clutch of shots as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
A terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The drive by Love. And stolen by Cousins. Stuckey kicks to Cousins. Back to Stuckey. He feeds it to Cousins. Count it!
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on it.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And you know what? And they're going to draw up something where they can get a quick shot and then maybe a foul.
That's got to be the game plan here. I mean, free throws are really their only hope. Points with the clock stop.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws. Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. Here's Walker. Near the three-point line, it's Love. It's in!
Man, you just got to rave and marvel at a shot like that from Kevin Love.
And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they back.
You're always going to have people who don't believe that you're really good at what you do, you know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they know or don't even know how to do, you know. So, you know, that's just what it is. You know, every level you reach, you're going to come against obstacles, and you have to combat those obstacles in order to move forward. It's almost like you're playing a video game, you know what I mean? And then the prize is your sanity. Word.
Come on, come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Me and you getting it on, don't even go there. Come on with it. Once I bring it to you,
more devils, Diesel, airing out the stage like a Neville, brother, leave you, dot on your face for no good reason at all. We in a bad place, ha, ha. Hip hop is separated by the nice and the nice not. Underground and I'm ice hot. What rap my age still keep the mic hot? Ha, ha. Couple hip hop butter beans. Big sluggers move with me, it's a gutter team. I love women who know the boom from the back. OG still could fill a room when he rap. Mike Blessing in a recession is food giving back to occupy labels that move, didn't wax now. Here come Bumpy on a primo track to represent hip hop from where we go back. Crack.
come on with it. Me and you getting it on, don't even go there. Come on with it, cause you know what we got to do. Come on with it. Me and you getting it on, don't even go there. Come on with it. Once I bring it to you, you won't be safe nowhere.
I let the beat keep breathing while I spit life to you heathens. You in the wrong place, to be real, reasons. I usually don't spit corny styles like that cause I'm too seasoned. How you sending links trying to get on, you stink. MCs don't give a what you think. Rapping if it's beef, I hit them brinks and put that kind of paper on your head to make a lot of blink. Now think, wouldn't you rather keep it music than to lose it all cause of music? I'm sure that's not how Bambaataa wanted us to use it. Now move it before I lose it. And I'm in it for the long haul. Bars, like lifers in a long haul. Bar, my life rocking mics, I raised the bar. Phased them, dazed them, and blazed them all. Scar,
Come on with it. Me and you getting it on, don't even go there. Come on with it, cause you know what we got to do. Come on with it. Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
word up.
Come on with it. Crazy. Once I bring it to you, you won't be safe nowhere.
Real cinema, the feature's a top feature. Whose favorite MC is the Bronx teacher? Flows long around hooks so the words reach you. Joe Jackson on you, Micah, beat you. Now beat it before I pull his Tito. In your ego, it's front page news, read it. My style is the barker over beats like Travis, I bark 'em. Spark 'em, overwritten flows like overflowing toilet bowls. The game is a mess. Beef ain't really over with. The only way for me to get over it is to aim at your chest. I rock with a DJ who sets the tone, plugs in 212s and a microphone, and I don't stop rocking the beats and keep rocking. As long as the streets hear heat, they keep copping, popping.
Come on with it. Me and you getting it on, don't even go there. Come on with it, cause you know what we got to do. Come on with it. Me and you getting it on, don't even go there. Come on with it. Once I bring it to you, you won't be safe nowhere.
Word up. Salute to hip hop, MCs and DJs. Culture strong as ever. Bumpy Knuckles, DJ Premier. Salute, salute.
because it wasn't you to you. Don't mean I ain't paying dues. You stupid. I'm on your mind for reaching things that you can't. Just know I'm doing something you ain't. Simple and plain.
Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a loss to Orlando. And the Houston Rockets starting five. Paul Millsap out there with Embiid. Then it's Anthony. And there's Collison. And it's Crawford at the shooting guard.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Walker with a clean look. Buries it from three-point range. Walker's got 5 points so far.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
It's Crawford with the drive. Good D by Love. New Orleans has come out of the gates quickly. It's a 5-point game. Here's Miles. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Walker kicks to Love. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And that time, also a missed shot.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Outside, Walker. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Pocket 6. The lead pushed to double digits.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
Anthony drives in, and he gets it to go. And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think it is that players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer. It's easier on the joints and safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established a position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Love with a wide open look. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula.
Rockets trailed by 11. Millsap a screen. Collison dishes to Carmelo. Back to Collison. And that one's drained from the low block. And so here is New Orleans. Now here's Burke. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. It's on Darren Collison.
2 years ago, Utah drafted Trey Burke to be their point guard of the future. Then last year, they drafted Dante Exum. It set up quite a competition between those two.
David West, he's checked in for New Orleans. Thompson comes in for C.J. Miles. Getting back to the Burke-Exum rivalry last year, both young men showed some tremendous promise, yet both shot under 37% from the field. Greg, that's got to improve.
And it will. I mean, last season was tough for both guys in terms of getting used to a certain role. But remember also, when you come into this league, a league of men, and you're that young, and you haven't matured, it's going to take you maybe 2 or 3 years before you can find that consistency. And then also factor in both were getting yanked in and out of the lineup. Tough challenge for those young players as they dealt with the ebbs and flow of their confidence.
And the basket good.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Anthony drives in. Shot is off.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
And it's Houston on the break. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Passes it to Augustine. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. Here's Millsap. A beautiful reverse layup. And 1:01 left here in the first quarter. Here's Burke. From down in the low post. It goes. Burke's got his second basket of the night.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
And Greg, how about DJ Augustine and the roller coaster ride last season, beginning in Detroit, ending up in a very creditable position with the Oklahoma City Thunder?
And a lot of that was because Jennings was so inconsistent for Stan Van Gundy last year, even so much so that he started starting Augustine, and this was just a small part of the turmoil for Detroit last season.
And Embiid with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Here's Burke. He's got 6. 4 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Ryan Hollins, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Rockets trail by 8. Outside Anthony. Pekovic with the rebound.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket. Great pass that time by DJ Augustine.
And it goes at the buzzer.
Digging deep to hit that shot. That shows some serious guts right there.
Oh, man.
No explanation, no excuses, no hesitation, no fear. Just tremendous execution.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Houston, Joel Embiid out there with Paul Millsap. And there's Collison, and it's Crawford, and it's Anthony in the 3 spot. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
That's outstanding hang-time improvisation right there. Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
It's Crawford on the wing. He dishes it to Embiid. Anthony, no one around. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Embiid.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm break on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
Walker against Collison. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Houston. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. And that game will be game 3 of 5 away from home.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Greg talking about Walker. You have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Anderson, he's checked in for Ellen Crabb. Houston also making some changes. Muscala, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Hansborough's coming for Paul Millsap. And it's a follow in for Jamal Crawford. From deep, Walker. Again, the miss by Walker.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
To the middle. It's stolen. The kick out to Collison. To Muscala. Poked away. And stolen by Love. Here's Anderson. A big dunk at the end of the break.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
To the paint. Here's Love. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And here's the fast break. Love leading the way. And it's blocked. They retain possession. Kicks it to Collison. There's the three. That's good, and it's his fourth basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
The drive by Anthony. Lays it up and banks it in. And now just a 1-point Pelican lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
Both teams will make substitutions. New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Burke with it. He's got 8. It's deflected. Millsap with the steal. Shot from the wing. And the shot falls short this time.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Rockets trailed by 3. Outside Collison. And Millsap slams it in.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
1:53 left in the second quarter. Pelicans with the rebound. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Burke with the ball. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move. on his part.
He had a wonderful start to the game, an electric start. But he's really coming back down the earth here now.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Embiid the screen. The drive by Anthony. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Burke. No good. Good work defensively by Millsap. Rockets trailed by 3. The 3 from Anthony. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got 3 assists tonight.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
The shot. And Embiid with the block. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Cavs check in for New Orleans. Carter, he's checked in for Houston. Augustine comes in for Darren Collison. 41 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Crawford. Got a hand on it. Now here's Burke. Headed by Augustine. Good. And 12 points for Trey Burke.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
It's Crawford with the drive. The rebound by Pekovic. Pekovic has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Here's Augustine. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Augustine's got 5.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the...
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Pelicans lead by 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
So far in the game for Anthony, he's got 13 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Kevin Love out there with Alan Crabb. Then there's C.J. Miles. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Bolar in at the 5. Home in the paint. That's the Pelicans 5. For New Orleans, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. The first free throw is good. Kemba Walker hits them both. Here is Collison. Outside Anthony. For the lead. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That'll be his second foul of the game. For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to the Heat in Miami. Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
On defense, Houston, they trail by 3. Walker the pass to Ballard.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
2 shots. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Rockets trail by 5. The drive by Anthony. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Anthony's got 15 points.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
Here's Millsap. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick, was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
Greg, you were talking about Millsap's ferocious rebounding. He battles inside, but Clark, he is so skilled.
Yeah, he's just really a good all-around basketball player. He can pass, handle, step out, and hit the 3. Very, very versatile. He makes an impact on the game a lot of ways.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
That's just tremendous. You love to see a smaller player who can mix it up inside and handle himself in the paint area.
Shot's good by Walker.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And Augustine kicks to Hansbrough.
And guys, Tyler Hansbrough, as heavily a decorated player as we've ever had in college, has somehow seen his numbers steadily decline in the pros. Last season, he was in for an average of only 14 minutes a game, the lowest of his career, and he also only averaged about 4 points a game, which also equaled the lowest of his career.
And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
The Rockets have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Houston making a switch here. Paul Millsap's checked in for Hansbrough. Anthony comes in for Vince Carter. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Collison in for Augustine. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Okafor's checked in. And Walker kicks to Miles. Love trying to break with. That's good. Miles has got 4 this quarter. Anthony in the corner. Power down with both hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And it's Walker penetrating. And Anthony sends it back. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
Both free throws good from Anthony. For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark, but it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Ooh, good D, but better O. It's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well said. Well, for the most part, they were just standing still, Clark.
And you know what, Kevin? He's not the most explosive player on the court, but if you give him a clear lane to the basket, he'll punch it on you.
Here's Walker. 14 points for him. He feeds it to Crabb. From deep miles, but they get it back. From downtown, Crabb good. Crabb's got two now from beyond the arc in the third for the Pelicans. Rockets trailed by 4. Pass to Millsap. Here's Muscala. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
And guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Okafor. West comes in for Kevin Love. Anderson, he's checked in for Alan Crabb. And Trey Burke subbed in for Walker. Rockets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Love's checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Embiid, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Hansborough's coming for Paul Millsap. And it's Green and for Jamal Crawford.
And oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Burke with it. Picked up by Collison. Out to the wing. It's Anderson with the drive. No one near him. And Embiid pulls it down.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
That's good.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Burke kicks to Love. And Embiid with the block. And he gets it back. And Love gets it to go. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Now Anthony. Here's Hansbrough. No good. Third quarter comes to a close. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Pelicans shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. And so in the game for the Rockets, we've got Crawford. Embiid is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Anthony. And it's Collison at the one spot.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
And they're moving it up. And Anthony sends it back. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. Millsap dishes to Anthony. The shot from the low post is good. Anthony's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Rockets. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
You know, Love is playing well. 10 points and a steal.
And his offense has matched the defensive effort today. He's been really just one of the best players on both ends.
I don't know if you could say enough about the job he's been doing in all aspects of the game. I mean, stuff in the stat sheet when you look at it.
Collison kicks to Crawford. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And that's now 6 points for Crawford. Walker goes in. Count the bucket. 14 points for Love.
They've been splashing home those threes since halftime.
Marked improvement in their shooting from what we saw to start the game.
The pass to Millsap. And a big-time jam right there.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Alvin Gentry had some words for his team over that last break. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Anthony. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Inside. Millsap with the steal. The drive by Green. The feed to Millsap. Outside Anthony. Can't hit. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Grab the pass to Burke. Here's Walker. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 3 assists now in this one.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
And he knocks down the first one. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Burke. That one misses.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Here's Crab. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Embiid the screen. The drive by Anthony. The shot is off. West with some nice D. Miles the pass to Ballard. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control. Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
In the corner, Miles with it. Crawford with the steal. 11 feet away. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Green. 31 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Here's Walker. And that misses badly. Air ball. Outside Anthony. And Millsap.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
The first one falls.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Kevin Love's checked in for New Orleans. And a switch here also for Houston. Collison's out there.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Nikola Begovic is checked in for New Orleans. The Rockets have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Collison dishes to Millsap. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his 5th foul.
That's only the first turnover, guys. He's been safe as an option for them at the offensive end.
And Walker kicks to Love. Lets it go with a 3. Walker's shot is off.
Right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Embiid the screen. And Millsap, here we go. That's tipped. Here's Walker. Shot is no good. So Houston will take it the other way. Now the dish to Millsap. Stolen by Miles. Begovic passes to Walker. He kicks to Love. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
And here we go. Love heading to the hoop.
They're having a problem dealing with Kevin Love.
29 seconds left in the fourth. Outside Anthony. Sinks it.
This is what happens when you allow Carmelo Anthony to heat up.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're down by 1. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Well, if they've got a play that they use to get a quality shot, this is the time to run it.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. D2 from Anderson. Oh, missed it.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And he commits the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he does get the second one. And that will put them up by 2. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 2. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
8 seconds left in the game. And there's the foul. It's on Aaron Aflalo. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg. Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough boy. And his length doesn't hurt either.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a...
It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot of money, but me, I'm catching tidy tummy. You make me sleep. I try and try, and I start to be sensible.